All right, go.
10, 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
10, 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... Can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
10, 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
Hey, what's going on? It's your man Julito McCullum from HBO's The Wire. Some people say it's the greatest TV show ever, but you are watching Fireside Chats with the homie Big Chief Burrito.
Oh, hey Rick, you seen that show that's on social media? There's a lot of shows on social media, Morty. You're gonna have to narrow it down. 2 a.m. burrito. Oh yeah, I do like a burrito at 2 a.m. Morty. It's a show. You should watch it.
Thank you. It is important for us to focus on the groups of people so they can share their stories. This award goes to a director, producer, and writer who has demonstrated excellence in this category. He is advancing and supporting the industry in our city through all ways, be advocating for diversity on and off screen. Please welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Luis Martinez.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. 2 a.m. burrito in the house.
What is up, everybody? It is your boy Lou Martinez, aka at Big Chief Burrito, live with you on a Monday. Fireside Chats with Big Chief Burrito, coffee with the Chief. Salutations to my people. Super Bowl hangover. Thank you for everybody that watches, tunes in, catches the clips, etc. Essentially, I'm trying to create a little bit more daily content for Fireside Chats, which is a show that originally began my solo podcasting journey. I've done, if you guys have followed me, 3 separate podcasts. My first podcast was called Indie Apocalypse, which was a podcast about independent filmmaking. And then I moved on to Fireside Chats with Big Chief Burrito, which was me interviewing people that I found interesting about their life's journeys and their passions. And then, because I had Sophia on so many times, my co-host, we created a show for ourselves called Mi Gente Show. Mi Gente Show sort of took over the last couple of years because, it was going really well. We had over 100,000 downloads in the first year across all our platforms. And, that sort of became the main podcast focus. But I've always wanted to go back to essentially some solo content. So I want to bring back Fireside Chats. And my life changed a lot over the last, honestly, my life changed a lot over the last 6 months, 6 months to a year. My life has changed dramatically. I went from working in the mornings, virtually, doing, phone work, lead generation, sales, marketing, stuff like that, which I've done for the last 15, 20 years, to now working mostly in the evenings, being a tattoo artist and a piercer and a DJ and karaoke host, and also working for the San Diego Latino Film Festival, and still, trying to write and create my own films. So it was a dramatic lifestyle change. And now I find myself with, we were doing Fireside Chats and Mi Gente Show mostly in the evenings, because we had day jobs. And now my day typically for work doesn't start until sometimes at the earliest noon, but most times 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I work till very late sometimes 2 in the morning. Sometimes a couple of days ago I was tattooing till 1:30 a.m. And so I have my mornings free now for the first time in, 15 years. That gives me time to get up, have some coffee, walk my dogs, exercise, edit, write, do things in the morning time. So coffee. I definitely wanted to take more advantage of that. And I definitely wanted to start creating more content. So this will be it. So this is Coffee with the Chief, episode 1, Super Bowl Hangover. So how'd everybody like the Super Bowl? Kind of sucked, right? I think the majority of the country, except for Kansas City and a couple of bandwagoners, was rooting for the Eagles. The Wawa bunch got after it. No ref hurt, no ref help. The beginning, that first quarter, offensive pass interference call sort of got everybody like, is this happening? Are they, what's going on with that, John? Try to do some Philly talk. But when you're clicking on all cylinders and you're that good, as Philly looked yesterday, there's not much the refs can do. And it basically made it like a no contest, 24. At some point it was like 37 in a row. Over ends up coming in. I heard some bad beats about that because there was a couple of garbage time touchdowns by the Chiefs when the game was over. Excuse me. Those are great when you're a fantasy football fan, but when you're betting the under, it's not so good. Jalen Hurts, MVP. Great story. Him being depressed and sort of battling back after seeing the confetti fall a couple of years ago when they lost to the Chiefs. No three-peat for the Chiefs. Let me know if you guys tune in. What do you guys think about that? Were you excited for a Chiefs three-peat? I don't think anybody was. I think the narrative around the Chiefs became that they were a good team. Patrick Mahomes is one of the best, but once they started putting them in GOAT conversations, the way the rules in the NFL are now for quarterbacks and stuff like that, it started to be very easy to correlate his success with the referees sort of helping him out and them seemingly getting all the calls, or the team they're playing against not getting the calls. Buffalo with the spot, and anytime somebody whispers in his ear, they go flag. Who won yesterday? South Central, LA, the West Coast in general, after that halftime show. Who lost? Boomers and people who hate rap music, or a little low-key racist, because this is the worst halftime show ever. It was either, my timeline was either worst halftime show ever or best halftime show ever. I will put it in the, hold on a second. Baxter, what are you doing? You got your own water. Hold on, let me go. Sorry, I had to close the door. Hey, Mark, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we're doing some more content. So my timeline was either greatest halftime show ever or worst halftime show ever. I will put it, I think we still got to go Prince, number one, in the rain, singing Purple Rain in Florida during a fucking rainstorm. I think is number one. I think the Michael Jackson halftime show was still one of the best ones. I like the Tom Petty. I like the Beatles one. Well, not the Beatles one, but the guy from the Beatles. Fuck. All right. And I also liked. I don't know what else I liked. Batman one, I guess, was fine. But it was a great. It was a great halftime show. I mean, my bets was he was going to do Humble, and he was going to do Squabble Up, but I didn't think he was going to go full Tom Petty and do Not Like Us. I didn't think that the NFL was going to allow him. I don't know how much leeway or how much final say the artist gets in it, but I didn't think the NFL was going to. I thought the NFL was going to be like, we really don't feel comfortable with you calling Drake a pedophile during the halftime show of the Super Bowl, and fucking went for it. And then he brought back Serena Williams sea walking. For those of you guys that aren't familiar with the importance of that, when Serena was young and won Wimbledon, she celebrated by sea walking in at Wimbledon, and at the time, the media had a fucking frenzy with that, how it was disrespectful and how could they bring this ghetto-ness to London and all this fucking bullshit. So to bring her back on, one of Drake's ex, who he was sort of harassing online, just to have that shot of her, sea walking, it was fuck, so big winners. South Central LA, Compton, whatever, fucking LA in general, West Coast in general, big time winners yesterday for that show. Especially considering that, Lil Wayne would have been the sort of slam dunk, nobody's going to complain choice, being in Louisiana, being in the city, not even bringing Lil Wayne out. And that's how hot Kendrick is at this time. That's how big Not Like Us and the beef of Drake and the annihilation of Drake was, because they passed over Lil Wayne to get Kendrick on there. I thought it was a great show, great theatrics. Big losers, Swifties. Travis Kelce, Swifty's boyfriend, lays an egg. I think he's coming back next year. Mahomes played his worst game ever. No three-peat. Bradley Cooper, big winner. All the Eagles fans, Kevin Hart, all the Eagles peoples. Commercials. Dude, the How to Train Your Dragon live action. Well, live action. It's computer generated, but the live action CGI hybrid um, trailer looked incredible. Seal as a seal was great. Um, I was tattooing, so I didn't see a lot of the other commercials. I heard them. So let me know what your favorite commercial was from yesterday in the comment section, or message me and we can bring it up at another time. Um, yeah, so big winners, like I said, Eagles fans. So the East Coast and the West Coast won because Philly, the Wawa Bunch wins. I'm having checked in to see if Philly is still standing. Philadelphia, are you guys okay out there? Um, I saw a great post where it's like, "Go Birds," but stop trying to climb up on shit because you literally can't fly, Philadelphians. Philadelphians. Uh, yeah. So the East Coast won because Philly won, and the West Coast won because of the halftime show. And the fact that a lot of people are saying it was the worst halftime show ever is hilarious because listen, it's all right, man. If you don't get the music, if you don't understand it, like if if it's too loud, you're too old, man. There's shit that's getting to me where I'm like, fuck, I'm too old for this shit. Um, Certain music and stuff like that. But you gotta adapt, man. You gotta stay young. Can't be 1994 forever, or can it? You never know. Um, yeah. What else from the game? Blowout, horrible game, fucking wipeout. Garbage time touchdowns. I don't know who had more shots, the shots of Trump, or were there more shots of Taylor Swift? I know Trump got booed, and there was a lot of shots of people throwing the finger and stuff, which brought up another point, which is like, when people are like, oh, Trump actually went to the game, he went to the game and this and that. Why was he the first sitting president to go to a Super Bowl? And somebody brought up an interesting point, which is, Trump just wants to be in the scene. I think he would much rather go to MMA and fights and Super Bowls and shit like that and just be popular than be president. I still think the people behind him are the people that are doing all the horrible, horrible shit. And we're going to get into this on Mi Gente show. But when you think about it, to have a sitting president, an active president, be in attendance at it's already a massive security problem, especially with all the shit that's happening in New Orleans and all the stuff that happened, the incidents that happened there over the last several months. It's costing you and me, taxpayers, 15 to 20 million to have security, Secret Service for Trump at the Super Bowl. And most presidents have said, you know what? I'll do the interview for the pregame, but I'm not going to be at the show. I'll watch the show from the White House because it's going to be a burden on Americans for me to be there. So a lot of times I think this was a much better idea for presidents to do. But hey, man, listen, we're talking about our fearless leader, Donald Montgomery Trump. So whatever the fuck his name is. In other news, Super Bowl hangover. Coffee. Kanye West had another manic episode / meltdown / fucking hell of a week. Starts off with showing up at the Grammys with his wife naked, see-through dress, which somehow overshadowed Jaden Smith having like a dollhouse on his head. And then he triples, quadruples down on Twitter. And you guys, I'm still on Twitter. I'm staying on Twitter. I understand Musk is a fascist / corrupt billionaire oligarch that's essentially our shadow president, or not even shadow president, just like dismantling the world, or the U.S. government at least. But Twitter's still fun, man. Twitter's still fun. There's still a lot of breaking news on there. There's still a lot of great takes on there. A lot of colleagues and people that I talk to. I've gotten tons of interviews and collaborations from Twitter. Like, I'm on Blue Sky, and if everybody moves over there, all the cool people, all the news breaks there, and people start posting there first, and the meta is over there, then I'm gladly be on Blue Sky. Threads, I still think is like a fucking void because I get no interaction with people on Threads. Blue Sky, a little bit. Facebook is for family and friends. Instagram is just lifestyle shit. So yeah, Ye goes on and Ye got suspended a couple of years ago for his Nazi shit, for his Groyper stuff, for his Nick Fuentes and clan disowning stuff. But he went off on everybody. It started off with a lot of the Jew stuff and a lot of the I'm a Nazi stuff, which, I mean, he's out and about it. And then we started hearing stuff about the fact that it's been happening behind the doors for like 6 years or more, like 4, 6, 7 years, where he's been saying this in private. Now he's just having a manic episode and just out there. But it's a mix of like porn, I hate Jews, I love Jews, everybody that works for me, I have no friends, my wife is this. Then he started saying that he was posting the video. He started selling the hoodie that Diddy's girl was wearing when he like dragged her hair and beat her ass on camera. And he basically alluded to the fact that that's real, that the fact that he was willing to risk it all is true love. So essentially co-signing and gaslighting for abuse and domestic violence. And then he started just posting hardcore pornography and going off. Listen, it was a ride because he was posting every minute for a while. So you see the first Ye post and you're like, oh shit, new Ye post. And obviously they're a little sus and they're a little crazy. And then people start posting the memes. Oh, that's enough. No more today, Mr. West. Or the I miss the old Kanye stuff. Very understandable. People are going to try to be first, interact. Then he started going off. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I was trying to, I bookmarked it, but I should have screenshotted it. But essentially he was trying to sell, and then he posted a picture of just a white t-shirt with a swastika. Like, saying that Kendrick should have screamed "Free Puff Daddy" on stage. Hitler was so fresh was another tweet. Then he posted something called Drones, which was like some self-sustaining city that I guess he spent like $100 million working on. And it's a city with no furniture, with hills and a river, and no furniture. Just, I mean, he might be an alien because this might be the future, but just material that turns into beds or turns into soft. I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but the drones thing. Hold on. Honestly, that's something that we should watch because the Ye stuff is insane. Drones. How the fuck would I find it? City video. All right, cool. Yeah, this is it. This is the thing, and Can we just watch this real quick? Because all right, let's check this out.
On the next way of living. These are these fully sustainable cities. This is like, it's like an iPhone, right? But we're God's technology. We're his favorite league.
All right,
For
so
the
this
past
is
10 years, Ye has spent over $100 million developing a new architectural language.
$100 million.
Investigating ways of living by removing the unnecessary and exposing the essential. Those years of research have culminated into Drome, Dome, Home, and Rome. Drome is a
I
vision.
wonder how much of that $100 million was. Drome, Rome, Dome. Kanye, I think I got it.
City that is built 10,000 years.
And meanwhile, it looks like an egg being, sperm hitting the egg.
Years in the past and 10,000 years in the future. A city that simulates its surroundings and becomes invisible.
So there's that.
A city that can be anywhere. The homes are an extension of the landscape, and shelter is provided with the simplest form, a dome. A drome is an
I
underground.
love the simplest form. A dome.
8-acre space for one person, one family, or one function. The
All right, sign me up. Everybody gets 8 acres.
drones make up a 5,000-acre town organized in a vortex, sloping towards a central biopond, part of
A biopond. Is this where we get our sustenance? How's the Wi-Fi?
a closed-loop system. Like life, the water's always in motion. The drones are
That's very profound. Like life, the water's always in motion.
interwoven between natural pathways and perennial landscape. Other systems of transportation are below grade. Entry to the drone is into the ground via a super wide, undefined threshold. A transitional space
Just fucking no doors, just a big ass open to go. Yeah, I don't even.
prevents light leaks into the interior. Inside, the space feels endless and undefined. The dome ceiling becomes imperceivable. There is no distinction between interior and exterior space. A pool for recreation and bathing is surrounded by hills that define.
Wait a minute. Recreation and bathing? Can I bring my razor and soap? Are we shaving in the pool? Are we washing our ass at the same time that somebody's doing laps? Can we shave in the pool? Quick question.
Find the functional spaces for sleeping, interior and exterior space. A pool for recreation and bathing is surrounded by
A pool for recreation and bathing. $100 million to come up with this shit. A shared pool.
hills that define the functional spaces for sleeping, lounging, eating. Privacy between spaces is achieved by topography, landscape, and
So just no walls, just hills.
fog. The floor is an artificial landscape made of foam.
So we're walking on foam the whole time? There's just foam everywhere.
With no furniture, it changes density depending on its use. Active areas are firm and flat, while resting areas are soft and elevated. Ye's team of architects, designers, and engineers are continuing to develop Drone.
All right. So yeah, that's drone. It feels partially insane, partially science fiction. I mean, I sort of I understand, I guess, that it's listen, do I think we need forward thinkers? Some of the stuff that Elon says is real, like we do need to fucking become multiplanetary. I think at some point as a species, the whole, societies at its greatest when old men plant trees that they'll never see the shade of. They'll never be able to sit under the shade of. I get that part. But do I think we're going to be living on fucking underground domes where there's no walls? We all bathe in the same pool and there's no furniture? When is this happening? I think that's thousands of years into the future. Maybe best case scenario, 600 years, 300, 600 years from now. We get thrown. So is this the time of like psycho billionaires or like, because if Ye's a billionaire and he's spending his time being a Nazi and just standing up for Nazis, being anti-Semitic, and creating future dome settlements for us, what does that mean for the rest of us? What Elon Musk is billionaire. He wants to be a trillionaire, I think, because he wants to know where the money facet is. He's destroying. And look, we're going to talk about this more when we have this show, but broken clock is right twice a day. So the USID stuff is actually something that probably is okay to dismantle, because there was a lot of slush funds and Black Ops stuff, a lot of CIA stuff for destabilizing governments in South America and across the world where the CIA and US government couldn't do stuff. So they would create a fund or an organization through a USAID, and they would be the ones that would go and do the shit that the US government couldn't do legally. So yeah, I know there's some of it that's all horrible that got taken down, like cancer research and meds and HIV stuff. But like there is some shit like this whole dismantling of the government or auditing the government, the whole Doge situation is going to cause a lot of deaths, cause a lot of fucking shit, cause a lot of panic. But there are certain aspects of it where we all know that at some level the government is corrupt. So some of this is some of the backlash is important and deserved, but there are they are accidentally going to do some things that are good, such as stopping some of the corruption. So it's like, yes, they're horrible. They're trying to get to the money faucet. They're trying to dismantle the government. But there are a few things that they're gonna do where it does actually involve corrupt money laundering and a lot of ugly shit that our government's been doing that we just sort of turned our back on because they're whatever, it's the government. So some of these politicians are a little bit nervous about that their slush funds and their money funds are going away. Overall, though, horrible shit happening. I think this is more something that I'll talk about on Mi Gente show, where we do our Hellscape watch. And, I think that they are sort of doing this stress test where every day or every week they do 5-10 horrible shit. The media will pick up on one or two of them. The public will pick up on 2 of them and start protesting or getting up in arms about it, like the tariffs or other things. Meanwhile, when they rescinded the tariffs, they still did like 8 other things that were horrible for us. So then they get a win because they're, the right gets a win because they're like, haha, you guys were freaked out about tariffs. He's just brilliant. It was just a fucking negotiation move. And then we're like, yeah, but, the other side is like, well, yeah, but all this other shit's happening. So fuck, we are in a weird time. We're in the fuck around found out stuff. And what I've told people that have tried to tell me, because everybody knows, it's just from the show, I'm not a Democrat, I'm a socialist leftist. And I was not a fan of either party or Kamala. I was a Bernie guy, AOC. AOC, save us, your only hope. So it's no longer like, haha, Trump is your president. It's more like, no, you don't get it. It's like the Rorschach thing where it's like, you guys think I'm locked in here with you. No, you guys are locked in here with me. It's no. It's not, haha, Trump's your president. It's no, haha on all of us because he's our president. Like he's the president. Doesn't matter at this point. It does not matter who you voted for, what you voted for, what you believe. Even people that especially people who voted for him, are fucking around and finding out that it was a bad idea. All the people that voted for him because they thought that he would be better for Gaza are finding out that the plan all along is to turn Gaza into a parking lot and redevelop it so they can put up a fucking Trump Tower in the Gaza Strip and a resort. The people that were Latinos pendejos for Trumps that voted for him because they thought, oh, he's only going to deport the bad immigrants. Not me, not my abuelita, not my cousin Pablo, who works at a restaurant, is hardworking, or not my cousin Jose, who fucking works at the meat packing plant. They haven't broken any laws. They've been here for 15 years. No, it's a roundup. It's rounds up. It's being billed as immigration enforcement for criminals, but they're actually just looking for anybody. And they've even, detained and are deporting DACA recipients, people with protected status. So everybody is fucking us. So even if you were a Latino pendejo for Trump and you thought, oh, he's only deporting bad people, you're fucking around and finding out that no, it's you. It's you that they want. It's all of us. It's all descendants of immigrants. He could fucking go back and rescind the Reagan amnesty and fuck up me, like Ronald Reagan was the last fucking competent Republican president, and he was horrible. He did fucking Iran-Contra, a whole bunch of other shit, but he got immigration, right? When it was a little bit more moderate Republican Party. Trump could undo that. Registry. So, as I always said, cucks. Democrats are cucks. Republicans are the devil. And that's the way it's going to go for right now. So, again, thank you for hanging out with us tonight on the first episode of Coffee with the Chief. I'm out of coffee. We're out of time. I'll try to create some clips from this. We'll try to do this maybe Mondays or a couple of times a week when I have time, when there's shit happening in the world. Tune in Wednesday for Mi Gente show at, I believe, 7 p.m. live. We'll have Sophia and myself catching up on all this stuff we're going to talk about. And make sure that you guys are following at Mi Gente show, at Big Chief Burrito, everywhere. YouTube.com/2amburrito. As well, make sure we need some more subscribers on YouTube to get to monetization. That's my goal for this year. Twitch.tv/2amburrito. All the stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for letting me rant for 35 minutes today. And enjoy the rest of your day.